Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So today I am going to show you how I made this little mini album. It is absolutely jam-packed full of tags. I've made this for my sister. It's her 60th birthday in a couple of weeks. When this comes out on my video channel, it's probably today. If we fast forward and do some time travel, you'll probably see this actually on her birthday. So we're going away for the weekend. It's a complete surprise. She doesn't know that me and my other sister are going to be there. She's going on a weekend with friends. And so I've made this and I'm going to take photos. And yeah, June the 11th, that's when her birthday is. And I'm going to fill this with photos from the weekend. I'm going to take my little printer with me so that those can have photos on, and then get everybody that's there to write little messages on these little tags, so she'll have a memory of the weekend. So each page has got little messages and it's got the same layout of tags, and then we've got these big tags in here, and I'm probably going to put some old photos on those. I'm going to get those printed off, and photos of when we were kids and growing up, and special memories in there as well. So it'd be a bit of past and present for her. So yeah, so stay tuned and I'll show you how I made it. I've made little albums using 6x6 or 12x12 DSP before, but I wanted to do something ever so slightly different. So I decided to make it a different size. So of course I've completely forgotten what size I've got here. So this is 4.5 inches long. So normally I'd do a 2-inch pocket, but obviously I've done a 1.5-inch pocket, and obviously it's 6 inches wide. And I have used, as well as the stitched rectangles, I've used this lovely new die set here, Designer Tags. When I saw this in the catalogue, I knew I had to have it. Bit of glare there, soz. And so I have just created lots and lots of tags to go in it. Obviously it's prototype, so I'll probably change up the colours in these. So that is my idea. So we're using this, and we're using a few, well, one of the stitched rectangles as well, and then the paper that I've chosen is the New Horizons. It's going to retire in a couple of weeks, and I love it so much, and as I often do when I love it, is I hoard it, which is just daft, isn't it? So I've picked out the 4 papers that I want, but this paper is absolutely stunning. Now, I have used it, I have made projects with it, so as well as getting like a nice scene, you get these lovely patterns on the other side. Now, there is Last Chance products, should have been released now. I've done one with that before. Make lovely card front, doesn't need much, and then I love these colours on this side, so that's 2 the same. So these are while stocks last now. It might have been reduced, I don't know. On Last Chance products, things do get reduced. So, but I love it. I just love it. You see why well, I've just ordered it. What a silly Billy. So yeah, so I'm going to use 4 sheets up now. And I did have ideas. I thought they'd make nice shirts. So actually, even though they retire, I'll still use it. And I will make some shirts out of these. I think they'll be lovely. So I have picked out my 4 sheets. And I picked them out that long ago. I don't actually remember which 4 I picked out. So that, those 2. So I've gone for the purples and the blues. Have I got any that match? No, I've gone for 4 completely different ones. which is fine, and so I'm thinking, was that my idea, that I'd have a blue page and then that would be covered, this one, a nice blue page, and then that would be covered. And then I think I like both sides of these. Well, not necessarily, actually. Is that the same piece? No, just fooling me. That's quite nice. Or I might go that way. No, I don't really like that one on the other side quite so much. Oh, actually, I don't mind it. Yeah, that will work. Could have that as the back. And then that's too light. I must do it that way. I'll think about what it's going to look like. Then that would make a nice front, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I think that's how we're going to do it. So, going to get my scoreboard, quite simple. Decide which ways up they're going to go, and I have sort of decided that. Move that ribbon out of the way. Oh, scoreboard's wrong way round. So each is going to get scored down the middle at 3 for the spine, well, the centre point, and then here at 1.5. So this will then fold in half that way, and then we'll fold this up like so, and then it will fold over like so. So that is going to be on the front, and I think that's quite pretty. And then that will be on the inside, and then that will get covered. So what have I decided with this? It's going up like that. Yeah, and that bit will be covered. You won't see it. So 3, 1.5. I will bone folder this properly, but you will, the two that are going in the centre of the book, you won't see those because they'll get glued together like so. So a nice purple page, nice blue page. What was I doing with that? That way up, or that way? We'll go that way up, a bit more colour. Yeah, I think we'll go that way. 3, 1.5. And I've got some Misty Moonlight ribbon, which, although Misty Moonlight retired, because the mini catalogue that's about to retire overlapped the main catalogue, there was still some bits in. So that will go like that. So that's, so going like that, going like that, going like that, and then the last one. Yeah, so I've got a bit of yeah, bit of Misty Moonlight ribbon that I can use unless I change my mind, which I seem to do a lot. So that is the basic folding. Required. Now, I've made lots of these sort of things before. Other people have. I didn't make it up. I've changed this size, but I'm not saying that nobody else has. And that is going to be our wee book. And that'll be nice, and I think that makes a nice front. Do you know, the camera's up there. It's because I can see in front of me. What a wally. So that's going to be the front. That's going to be the back. So that's that. So we'll bone folder that so that they are nice and crisp. Don't want to forget which way these are going. Now you could take a piece of 12 by 12, cut it up into 4 6 by 6, and then you'd have the paper really well and truly matching. Now you will find there, once you've done that, that sort of sits a lot better than it did before. And what you might find is there might be little bits folding over. You can trim them off, you can leave them, you know, because the centre bits, can you see there, slightly coming up, so you might choose to trim them off, and I think I probably will. So I'm going to get my glasses and my snips, and where I can see them, just going to trim them slightly. Just take it off a bit. Okay. Just give it a slightly neater edge, but don't cut into the top bit of the cardstock. Just the bit that's overhanging. There we go. And then we've got a nice smooth edge there. So I'll check if any of the others need doing. So that's your basic construction, and then what you're going to do, I'm going to get a bit of Tombow, and I'm going to, you want to glue each of these pockets down. I don't glue the middle one because it holds together. I just glue the edges. So just a little bit of glue. This might need refilling. Along there, and a little bit of glue along there. You want it to be quite thin because you want maximum amount of pocket size. So that's them done. Getting glue on my new mat. You might have noticed a new mat. Went for something a little bit lighter. Now you can just glue these flat together if you want to, but I like to make them into pockets. You can make the pockets so that they go in that way or down the top. I like to do it down the top, really. So we want to put glue on these 3 sides. If you were wanting your opening that way, you do these 3 sides, those 3 sides, but I want an up one. So again, a nice thin bit of glue along the edge. I do not recommend using a tape runner or double-sided tape for this, because any tags that you put in will stick, whereas wet glue will dry and that'll be fine. They'll never stick to your pocket. So I just tap down on my table on the 3 sides. I'm going around all 4, as you can see, to have that glue. Tombow glue, I use this glue that I sell in my shop. I like it. A little goes a long way. You saw the size of that bead. It sticks really quickly, so it is actually a very good glue to do if you're filming and it's very strong, and that's the pocket there done. And then I'm just going to repeat that on all the others. So I might speed this bit up now. So that's it, all stuck together, and that is what the pages are like there. So I'm just going to rub a little bit down there. There we go. That is the basis of the album. So now it's just a matter of adding tags and things to it. If, like me, it's ever so slightly sticky along the edges, then you can, if you've got a sort of an embossing buddy or something similar, you can just rub them along, and that will take out some of that gluey feeling, stop it being sticky. That's what I quite often do, just to, because the powder in it will then soak up some of that glue, so it's less sticky. Okay, so now it's a matter of making the tags. So I made lots and lots of tags using the tags in this set and the stitched rectangle. So I mean, you could just cut a rectangle, it doesn't have to be a stitched one, but I thought it went nice with all the stitching of the other tags. So it's that one, which is the fourth one down, so it's the middle one, is the size that I used, which fitted really nicely into the pockets. And then I did every tag in this, every tag. So we've got this double-ended one, we have this beautiful one, which comes out like that, but you can also layer it on that one, which I think I might do so that it looks pretty. I might cut that out in a colour and put it on a white background. That is my thoughts on that one. And it layers up with this one, so you can layer it up like so. With this one, it cuts out your tag without a hole, but there is this wee little die that you can use with it, and it cuts the hole out. So you can see that one has a hole. I quite like the option of a hole or not a hole. I think that is very useful to have. And then there's this beautiful sort of ornate stitched tag there, so you get that beautiful top and then stitch all around. So I like that. And then we've got this little one, which again cuts with the stitching around, and a little flower there, which I quite like that. Thought that on each of the pages so that you can write things in. I like the idea of that. And I might do something with these as well. That one, it cuts out and gives you the shape, which actually is, now I've just done that, quite nice for the front of the book. And I could put something on there, maybe not. I'll have to decide about that, because it's not actually giving me much room to type anything. Oh yeah, type anything, stamp anything. And then these give you a little butterfly, and that gives you a little bit of a trim. I haven't cut those out. So I am going to get busy with my die cutting machine, and I'm going to cut out all of these things. Okay, so I have been really busy, and I have made lots and lots of tags. So each double page has got the same sort of tag setup, and I did add little messages to each of these tags here that I have done. So they've all got one of those stitched rectangles, so that's ready for photographs. I was just talking to my other sister, plan to take my little selfie printer with me so I can print photos of the weekend. I might put some childhood photos in there as well. And so then we've got these tags which are cut out of the paper, which I thought I'd get everybody to write a little message on. So there's plenty of room there for little messages and even little tickets and not tickets, photos, or tickets in fact, on there. So they're each the same. I've gone for night and navy in this one, and I've used the that's me going, I can't remember the name of the stamp set. Days to Remember stamp set. So I was able to get a day to remember, got happy birthday. I've used June. I tried to get the number, but it didn't look right. It didn't look right. So I drew in the number, to be fair. I've done I cut so this is the tailored tags, which I love, and so I cut out the little circles and I've gone around them with a bit of Winker Stella, so we've got a little bit of glitz, and I punched out little circles. That's from this punch here, reaching across. So this punch here has a little hole punch there, which is perfect for the centre, which again are Winker Stellaed, so we've got a little bit of bling. I took the happy birthday for that one, and then I put the balloons in and I added an extra balloon, and I used this swirl for the balloon tie, and that's got a bit of bling on it as well. And again, I've done that. I'm going to show you how I did the shading on each of these tags. They've all been shaded to match the paper and make them stand out. This one, that's got that heart, and it bled a bit when I Winker Stellaed it, but I really like it. It gave the heart a little bit of a halo, which I thought was a lovely effect. And I have used Penguin Place, which is coming back at the beginning of July in the new catalogue, which is fab news. So I've put To the Coolest Friend Ever. So I put To the Coolest on that side and Friend Ever on that side. Now I know it's for my sister, but we're celebrating a weekend and there'll be lots of friends there, so I felt that was appropriate. And then I got congratulations from hand penned, and I used a retired set, Pick a Penny, which is in my for sale set, and I haven't sold it. So I've got the little hearts and the 60 and the D from that. And now I've done that, I might choose to keep it. And I blinged up the hearts there as well. So that's what I've done. So now we need to decorate the front, and I need to show you how I did the little bit of shading. So I'm just going to get a bit of paper. So I put the die cut back in the die. Done this before. You may have seen me, but if you're new to my channel, you might not have seen me. And if you are new to my channel, thank you for joining me. I'm going to take a bit of Night of Navy, and a blending brush. Yep, it's just checking because I moved from the purple to the blue, and then I'm just doing a little bit around the edge of the die, not coming in very much, just coming in a little bit, and that gives us just a little bit of shading there, and that's how I did that, and that just gives it that nice little pop of colour that I felt helped make it look pretty. And then I'm going to do one of these tags on the front as well, so I'm going to show you how I did that, which I'm sure you can work out how to stick them together, but I thought I'd show you anyway. So I cut out the white tag, I cut out this one, and I'm just going to stick them together. I have not cut the hole out. You can do, but what I decided, because this was taking forever, I just didn't want another go through the die cutting machine, because I did hurt my thumb at the weekend. I've been wearing a compression glove ever since, and I have taken it off today. I've been sleeping in it and everything, and I just it was just a bit too far doing all that die cutting, so it was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it on this one. Save myself, because there's 8 tags through the book, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then this one on the front, so that saved myself 9 passes in my die cutter, which I'll be grateful for later. It's getting a bit sore. I ought to really put my glove back on. So that is how it is stuck together. And what I did was I got my crocodile out and punched the hole, but it's actually gonna get covered up. But that's how I did these. I just used my crocodile to punch the hole. I actually bought my sister one of those for her birthday, because it's not the cheapest of craft tools, and I think it's one that you probably wouldn't buy yourself. So I have chosen one of my favourite sentiments for going on the front of a memory book, which is this one from Peaceful Moments. These are the moments we all look back on in joy. So I really liked that, and thought you didn't need to see me stamp it, that would look good. I thought we can have it like that on the front, and that would look cool. And I thought about doing that same sort of effect around this tag as I did the others. So I need to get the die back for this one. I just thought we'd give it a little bit of colour around this one. So I'm going to do exactly the same, put it back in the die and add a little bit of colour. Now I'm hoping that I can stick this in the purple and it will be okay. Purple, Blackberry Bliss, Jess. It's Blackberry Bliss. It's my favourite colour. But yeah, we're going to get away with that. So stick that back in there. And just come in. And I thought this just went really well. Right, it's come out a bit, but it really doesn't matter because you can just click it back in place. And I just think it goes really well with the background papers, the New Horizon papers. I'm off camera, sorry. It's not got quite such a thick. It's not quite such a thick die. It's quite, there's not a lot of space, so this one's a bit trickier. Okay. So that's ready. I'm actually going to go around the whole thing because I'm not impressed with myself with the way that that's worked. It doesn't give you a nice even one like the other one. This one's got a much thicker lip there, so it worked really well. That one's too thin. So yeah, abandon that idea, but I think that effects worked really well with the background paper, so liking that. Put this away before it causes a mischief. So now what we need is a bit of a spine. So I have cut myself, and I've already pre-scored because I wanted to see what it was like. So I've gone just over 4.5 inches tall because I want to trim it off to match, and I've gone 1.5 inches. Yeah, I've gone 1.5 inches wide, and then on the scoreboard I scored it at every 1/4 of an inch, and then I just used my bone folder to curl it a bit, and then I took one of our spritzer bottles and just wound it around that a bit, just to give ourselves a nice natural curl. And then I'm going to stick it to the spine, but before I do that I want a bit of ribbon to close it. Now you might see I've added a bit of ribbon to the top of these. This is a retired ribbon, this just gorgeous Blackberry Bliss, but I had to use it because I was going to use the lovely woven fresh freesia that's in the catalogue, but I clearly like it a lot, and that's all I've got left. But that is what I would have used if I'd had enough of it, but I don't have enough of it. So I've got this Blackberry Bliss, so I'm just going to tie a bow so that I know how much of this I need, and I want it to leave a lot of extra, because once we've put photos and things in at the weekend, it will grow a little bit, and this will be like a proper gator mouth. So the ribbon needs a bit of extra to allow for that. So I'm going to cut it about there. There we go. So that will be enough ribbon, and that will go on the side, and then that will be on the front. Yep, that's working for me. So what I'm thinking of doing is just going to take a little bit of tear and tape just around where the spine is going to go, eyeballing the centre, so that I can stick a bit of the ribbon on that. I'm using my, oh, I can't find, so during the making of this album, my picker tool fell on the floor and I can't find it. Which, if you could see the floor, well, you can't see the floor, that's the whole point, but if you could see the mess under my desk, you'd kind of understand why it is currently missing in action. It will turn up. It will turn up. So that's stuck down, and what I want to do is, when I'm attaching this, I just want to attach it to the front bit and the back bit and not the spine bit, because that will affect the opening. If you glue all the way on there, it won't open flat quite so well. Because it needs a little bit of gap, you know, like books always have that gap there. And besides as well, the other reason is it's thicker at the bottom than it is at the top, because the bottom's got the fold up bits and the top hasn't. And we didn't create any sort of spine mechanism. So that's my reasoning for that. So just going to put this along the edge and in about just over 1/4 of an inch. There we go. So I'm just going to eyeball this. I might do is fluff it up. I think that's now straight, and then come round to the other side and stick it on the back. Love the way those colours look at the back. I was proper concentrating then, could you tell? Right, I just need Looking for my hand sanitizer that takes the sticky off, but I can't see it. So just rubbing it off. Oh, I can see it now. Always have a bit of this on my desk for moments like this. If I wasn't filming, I would just go and wash my hands. But then sometimes you don't want to stop, do you? So just a quick rub and it's all good. So I'm just gonna, got a little bit of glue on there because I had glue on my hand. So I have to get rid of that. We're okay on the back. So we need to snip off the bits that, put my glasses on. So I've just moved my ink rubber to a place that's not its home, and it has a home, and it is something that I kept losing, and if I don't put it back in its home, that will get lost forever. There we go. So that's nice. Oh, it was nice until that didn't stick. There we go. Let's do the other one. Might take that tag out. Just think this is easier than trying to cut it to be the right size, and then I miscut. Look at that. Right at the last minute, I fluff it up. Okay, that's not good enough for me. It's coming off. It is coming off. I can't do it. Can't give that like that. So now this bit is stuck quite well because it's been there a while, but that is not going to get seen because that's going to get covered. So that can get binned. Probably all sitting there horrified now, but don't panic, Mr. Mannering. It will be fine. It will be fine. Have I got another scrap here that is the right size? There's a fresh sheet next to it. So now you get to see the whole process. So we are going to cut 1.5 inches. There we go. Maybe the idea of making it a bit bigger isn't the best idea. I might just do 1/8 over. Then it's only ever so slightly bigger top and bottom, which I think might be a good look. Get our scoreboard and we score every 1/8 of an inch down the scoreboard. Missed one there. Oh, and I missed one there. And this is what helps. The card curve. There we go. So that is all the scoring done there. Can't find bone folder. There we go. So I'm just gonna use my fingers to do a little bit of the curving. As I did, use my spritzer bottle to help it go round, and my bone folder to do it some more. And this is, I do a lot of my spines on these little mini albums like this, and never had a problem with them, so I don't know why I'm having a problem this time, but hey ho, that's how we go. Right, maybe I'll just do glue on one side first. We stick it down on the front, and then I know I'm going to cover these bits. Engage my glasses. There we go. There we are, and we're going over the top just a tiny bit, but I've done that deliberately this time. So now I'll put some glue along here. Oh, there were a lot up there. Let's smooth you out a bit. And let's clean a bit off that edge already. There, much happier, glad I did that. Got the oozing at the top there, I can just wipe off. There we go, that's worked well. And reopen, which is what I wanted to make sure. I'm going to put this back in there. I thought these would be good ones for baby photos, or you know, not just baby, but when she was young, when we were younger, maybe some embarrassing photos, and have the rest of it for the weekend's memories. So, oh, I might need to clip that when I'm done, because it is fighting an urge to open the paper. It needs to train to go that way. It will stick, it will be fine. There we go. So there's that. Oh, twisted that ribbon. Sort it out after. So then these need to be stuck on the front. That bow probably needs to be over a little bit, actually. So I am going to stick these two together. So I'm going to stick that little neck. Oh, phone stopped filming then because I'd run out of storage. So yeah, so I was just saying how I'm going to stick. So I'm going to go put that little corner bit there over where that hole is. So we've just got a little bit peeping out the back, but I think that'll look nice. So let's just put a bit of glue on this to stick it together. And then that can go on the front there, and that'll hold the ribbon down. So I might put a little bit of fast fuse here to help hold that ribbon in place. There we go. Whilst we stick this down, and then this will hold it in place even more. Could of course have made this into a little secret pocket there at the front, but I think there's probably enough going on. So eyeballing that for the centre. Now I'm kind of looking at that and thinking I might have preferred to have put one of them circles on, but I haven't done it, so it's not happening, Jez. There we go. So then we can take this and tie it off nicely. And that is my little mini album for a very special birthday. She has no idea that me and my other sister are going. We're kind of gate crashing, so it'll be a nice surprise, and this will be a nice little memento for the weekend if I get this done properly. Yeah, so I'm sure she'll like it, and I'm sure everybody will be happy to add some messages, and I'll get the photos put in, and I might film a quick flick through at the weekend so I can show it on my blog or even on here fully finished. So there we have it. Hope you like that. Hope you'll give it a go. Hope that inspires you for doing a special album for something. And yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. What they call a labour of love, isn't it, when you spend time doing something like this. And I'm sure it will be fab once all of this is filled. So yeah, all the details will be over on nigezza.co.uk. I'll link down below to everything I've used. The paper is on while stocks last, because it is retiring soon, but all the dies are, and apart from the stamp set that I used here, everything else is available. This one's not available to June the 1st, but I'll July the 1st even. So I'll link down below. Ribbons retired, sorry about that. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you all again soon. Bye for now.